Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Steven here with the Big Block 402. Today we're going to be working on candy cane. We've got a set of Accel plug wires that we're going to be installing on the 402. I did just swap out the heads. I took the stock heads off of this stock 72 model 402. Took the stock heads off and put a set of 781s that were on the previous 402. I had to get 2 valves replaced, and I had a valve job and a surface grind done on them. These have comp cams, springs for this cam that's in here, and I put a set of Scorpion race rockers on here, and we're going to be installing these plug wires here. Over at Holly.com they have these spark plug wires. They're universal fit for HEI. I've got a set of 90 degree and I've got a set of 115 degree. They were regular price is 170 each. They had them marked down to $22 a piece. So I bought a set of each because I need to mix and match those in my engine bay, because some of them I need the 115 degree and some of them I need the 90 degree. So we're going to just lay them out and mark them up and make them up as I need to. If you don't have one of these tools, this is a crimper for crimping spark plug wires. It's a manual one. You just put it in here and you put your wires in there and you hammer this piece down, and I'll have some pictures of that. I'll do a little bit of video. Anyway, let's get to work on that, get everything laid out. So here's the layout of what was included with each kit. These are the 115 degree boots. These are the 90 degree boots. So some of them I need these on, some of them I need these on, and since they were on clearance, I mean, $23 or $22 a set, I went ahead and just got one of each, and we'll get them laid out and make them up as we need to. Each kit did come with a set of dies so that you can crimp your ends on there, but I already had this MSD from a set of MSD plug wires I had, and I like the way this one works because you just smack it with a hammer. And these look a little more, I mean, they're metal, but look a little more finicky to mess with. So this is what we're going to be working with. Let's get over here and lay these out and start measuring. Okay, so here we're going to take a look at the difference in a 90 degree and a 115 degree boot going on your spark plug wire, or on your spark plugs. So this one here, we have a 90 degree, and you can put it on here and they fit just fine, because I did have these on before, and it's right against the engine block or whatever. You can take a 115 degree boot and stick it on there, and now it's off of there quite a bit further away from the heat, so it doesn't have a chance at melting. But on the other hand, some of these other ones, you may need a 90 degree to get away from the header up in here. So I think this one may be one of the ones that needs a 90. And so a 90 may be fine like that right there, where the 115 may be sticking out too far. So that's the reason why I got 2 different boxes. Yes, you can use 90s on every one of these. It does work. That's what I had on here previously, was all 90 degree, and they fit. But just some of them was really close to the header. Like over on this side, looks like 90, a 115, 115, and maybe a 115 on the back, maybe a 90. I don't know, we'll see. And I've got to clean off where these dirt daubers built a nest while the truck was sitting. But anyway, we're going to get to laying these out and get the lengths that we want cut, and then we'll get to putting ends on there. So on the passenger side, we went with 2 90 degree boots and 2 115 degree boots. 115 on number 2. Number 4 and number 6, I used 90s so that it would stay off of the header, because the 115 would touch the header. So the 90s are staying off of the header, and then I had room back here to do a 115. Plenty of room to keep it off of the header there. On the driver's side, I used 190 degree right here on number 1, and 3, 5, and 7 have 115s on them. Plenty of clearance there. and that'll work out just fine. All this may change when I put the 481 in here with the aluminum heads, and I most likely will be going to fender well exit headers. So this may change again, but I've got plenty of spares. So what I done was I used all the shortest plug wires that I could. I'm not going to have to trim a whole lot off of these wires. There is a little bit of overhang, but I'll measure them up and cut a little bit of excess off of them. I kept all the longest ones I could out of these, and I'll have plenty to make it work on anything else that I got to do. So I pretty much got a whole extra set of plug wires here, and all in all, this is only costing, after taxes and all, around 50 bucks to put the Accel 8.8 ferro spiral race wires. These are $170 a set, but Holly.com had them marked down, and they still may have some marked down to $23 or $22.90 a set for these plug wires. I'd check them out. It's worth messing with. All right, let's get some cutting done. I'm gonna get some measurements cut, and then we'll head back over to the tailgate of the truck, and we'll start installing some ends on those. All right, there it is, stripped back. Now all we gotta do is line it up with this. This is gonna be facing down, so lettering facing up, we're gonna fold this up, put this on top of it, just like that. So with this folded over to the same side as the lettering, we're gonna put the connector right on top, put it in the vise and get it crimped. All right, one thing I do is to get this on there good is I'll get my wire laid underneath like that, and I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to close this up just a little bit, and then it'll allow me to put the block on top of there. I can't do it with one hand, so let's try this. Okay, so here it is in place, and as you can see, the wire's folded over and it's all the way down on it. I don't know if I can get this to stay. Let's pick this plug wire up. All right, just like that right there, and then we're going to hit it a few times with a hammer. All right, that should do it. Pull this block out. Then it's going to be tied in there, so we'll take a screwdriver and we'll get that pried out. We'll get some lubrication, some silicone put on that, and we will slide a boot on that. See how that's lined up with the lettering? Just how I wanted it. Okay, I got it slid on there. The silicone makes it slide in easy. Inside this boot, there's a little bit of it's like a rubber, like a membrane in here. And so when it pushes through, you got to really work it to get it off of there and get it lined up right. But once it's in there all the way, it's all set and it's watertight. Let's get it put on the truck. All right, so we got number 8 going on, snapped on there. Yeah, there it goes. It just snapped onto the plug. I mean, make sure you get a good tight fit. You'll feel it. It goes on, snaps on. So now there it is lined up. Lettering's lined up to the top, just like we did number 1. All right, we're gonna knock out the rest of these. Once we get them all knocked out, I'll come back. We'll get the wire separators put on there, and then we'll see how it looks as a finished product. Okay, we just finished installing number 2, which is our last one. Now we've got a set of 8.8 wire separators. We're gonna line the wires up and put the separators on there and see if we need to add any zip ties anywhere to hold things back. We don't want it touching any exhaust, and we don't really want them laying on any electrical wiring or anything like that. So let's get those separators put on and see how that looks. So we got the wire loom, or not wire loom, but the wire separators installed. We got the wiring up off of the header Nothing's touching anything that should be getting hot. So these wires should survive quite a while. Everything's snapped down the way it's supposed to be. Nothing's loose. So now we have, we got to get our linkage hooked up correctly. I do have a new water temp sensor. I got to run it through the cab, get it put on. We're going to have to fill up the radiator with water, and this thing will be ready to fire up. And so that's where we are on the spark plug wire installation. And for those who don't know, this is candy cane. This is my 1964 Chevrolet C10 that I have owned for 34 years. This truck was featured last year at the No Name Nationals in Sikeston, Missouri. It was running, it sounded mean, it was running slow, the combination just wasn't correct. I do have another 402 in there because I won an award at No Name Nationals last year for the worst oil down. I did throw number 3 rod through the oil pan and oiled the whole back half of the track down at Jeffers Motorsports drag strip. So it'll be back again this year at the No Name Nationals, and we'll see what we can do. Next year is going to be a whole different animal. We have a whole new motor going in here. We've got a 481 all forged nitrous motor that'll be going in here for next season. Hopefully we get the truck built for that before next season. We got a lot of upgrades to do. We're going to lower the truck down, try to fit some big tires under the back of it, and maybe join the old Tunnel Ram Mafia. We'll see. Maybe not. We may join the Dominator crowd. That's yet to be determined. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like what you watched and you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and you know, the old like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike, and I accept that also. But anyway, come back to the channel. We'll see you around on Big Block 402, and I'm gone.